already. I'm drafting Ravnica Allegiance today, and I've got a wild strategy. This is a flashback format. It's on Arena. It's actually, just for another day here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draft a Creatureless blue-white mill deck from pack 1. So I'm going to take Sphinx's Insight, pick 1, draw 2 cards, gain 2 life, which I think is better than make 2 1/1s and gain 2 life, or tap a creature, draw a card. They're both good, but this deck wants Sphinx's Insight. It doesn't care too much about making the tokens. I mean, it keeps you alive. But basically what you're looking to do, and this is kind of an unfortunate pack, there's even a Judas Scourge Diva. It's a great card. But look, we're here on a mission. I'm going to take Orzhov Guildgate because I'm just trying to draft Clear the Mind, reshuffle your graveyard, draw a card, counter spells and card draw, and removal spells. So let's see if it works. I've been forcing this deck since they put this draft format back up on Arena, and it's a blast. So the reason this deck works is that there is a card called Clear the Mind. It's a common. It shuffles your graveyard back and draw a card, and there's multiple card draw, counter spells, and removal at common that all fit really nicely. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to follow up with Code of Constraint, which is just tap a creature, draw a card, doesn't untap for a turn. And this deck, it's so funny because you end up beating them by milling them out because you have counterspell, draw, or mill 3, and you thought collapse, and you have Clear the Mind, and you just cast removal on all their creatures, cast some card draw and gain some life, counter their spell, they mill 3, counter their spell, they mill 3, reshuffle all your cards, and you just keep doing it over and over again. Is the deck unbeatable? Well, of course not. But it is very good, and also all their removal spells are dead. Like, there's just so much you can do. Like here, you might think that this card would be better than Arrester's Admonition. You'd be wrong in this deck. The same reason I took Sphinx's Insight over the Depose, Delay, or whatever, the Thopter card. But I just want always to, bounce draw is perfect. There's multiple passivisms. Here, there's Summary Judgment, which I'm going to take over Prying Eyes. Prying Eyes is good. Draw 4, discard 2 is a good card. You do want one of those in your deck, maybe 2. But I'm going to take Summary Judgment. 2 mana, deal 3 to a tap creature, or deal 5. Ministrant is good too, but I think I'd rather just take Summary Judgment. The thing is, Ministrant makes 3 creatures. It's a 2/1 that dies and a 2/1 flyers, and it's a good card. But the problem is, when you play against someone and they've played no removal spells because you have played no creatures, then you cast that. Even if they burn 2 removal spells on it, that's still fine because those cards weren't doing anything. And here, this is actually kind of a nice one too. I like Scrabbling Claws because of the mirror. I'm actually not kidding. I do think Bring to Trial is fine. Exile a 4-power creature and Exposed to Daylight is fine. You want one of these in your deck. You don't really want multiples because they're not always live. This first Scrabbling Claws is pretty good though. I really wish I had figured this deck out before the Pro Tour of this format or any of the Grand Prix of this format, because I remember drafting similar decks kind of afterwards, but just didn't have quite enough time to realize how good this was. It basically uses all commons and doesn't need any uncommons or rares. Obviously there are some good ones like Dovin's Acuity, the enchantment that gain 2 and draw a card and returns to your hand when you play an instant on your main phase. Yeah, that card's great. I would always play that card. But in this deck, it uses a lot of cards most people don't want. Like here, I'm going to take Shimmer of Possibility. I think that's pretty easy. Look at the top 4, put one in my hand, just, makes your card quality better. I haven't seen any Thought Collapses or Clear the Minds, and that could be dangerous. And then here, yeah, you might think that Persistent Petitioners would be a card I would want, but it's as the only creature, it's not great. I think I'll just take it just to cut blue a little. And then, look, here's the first Exposed to Daylight I find is fine. I could have taken Grotesque Demise, the Black Exile card. I even have a Orzhov Guildgate, but I really would rather not splash unless you have a really good reason to. This pack is all blue and white cards. There are no cards I would want to play. I guess I could play Homunculus because it's got hexproof. Sure, maybe there's something there. Probably not, though. And likewise, Cynic Courier isn't really going to do much. I'm just trying to take the blue and white cards just so people are less likely to be in those colors. Sure, same with another Cynic Courier. And kind of a weak pack 1. Didn't get any Thought Collapses or Clear the Minds. Those are the 2 most important cards. But we did get a Sphinx's Insight is a good card draw spell. And, Prying Eyes came back. That's a great sign, because now I'm feeling a lot better. I think that this deck is likely open given the late Prying Eyes, but, mostly just that the cards I was looking for didn't get open. But you're just looking for commons, and You honestly don't even need double Clear the Mind. It's obviously much nicer to have multiple so you can loop them. But I had one of the decks that got 7 wins here that had, I'm probably not going to play a second Expose, but worth taking, that had triple Thought Collapse, triple of the counter, and just 1 Clear the Mind. And the way it would play out basically is I would need to cast Clear the Mind, and then once I had gone through a bunch of counters. But here I'm just going to take Clear the Mind. Boom. Easy pick. Slimebind is great too. No one really wants this card. It's just not that good of a card in most decks, but it's great in this deck. So hopefully get back Slimebind, if not Prying Eyes. But take Clear the Mind here, and I just want some Thought Collapses. Boom, there we go. Thought Collapse. Counter target spell, mill 3. Just the most important card in the mirror for sure, because it trumps Clear the Mind. And passing another Slimebind, that would be nice to get back, but I'll have to see how it goes. Then here, I'm not a big Quench fan. The games go long. This card is bad. Essence Capture, I think, is a little bit better at that. It at least will actually counter something. Ooh, and here I will take Depose Deploy. I mean, you can use this to tap a creature and draw a card, or you just make 2 Thopters mid-combat and trade them off right then. I'm really serious about not having creatures in the deck. If you have creatures in your Creatureless deck, like if you have 2 creatures in your deck, your opponent's just going to have a bunch of removal spells. Part of the strength of this deck is it blanks all their removal spells. And look at this beauty. So far, we've got a counterspell, we've got a reshuffle, a card draw. Depose is kind of in between card draw and removal. And then Summary Judgment, Essence Capture, Admonition, Code of Constraint. I mean, I could use some Law Mage's Bindings, but we'll get there. Second Scrabbling Claws isn't really necessary, but I think I'm going to wheel another Prying Eyes. I guess I'll just take the Claws. I just don't want the Guild Mage. It's just not going to help this deck at all. Oh. We found an exception. I actually don't mind Wall of Lost Thoughts as a creature because I don't care if they kill this. It gets its mill on. Plus, if they don't exile it, you play it, they kill it, and then when you reshuffle it, it speeds up the clock. Azorius Locket is good too. I found you can usually get a Locket or 2. They're not very contested. So I'm happy enough picking up the wall. Plus, sometimes you like bounce the wall and replay it, and you can mill them out, which is nice. But it's also not really a race. It's mostly like you're trying to get the crushing inevitability here. So the wall, I found it to be a decent card to include. It's not mission critical or anything, but it can be nice. Oh, a second wall though. Now we're kind of talking. All right, I'll definitely play both of these. 2 walls can add up pretty quickly, especially you got a couple Thought Collapses to the mix. And then here, I'm not playing any of these cards. I'll take a second Orzhov Guildgate because there is a chance I'd want it. Yeah, the Prying Eyes wheeled, but actually so did Slimebind, so I think I'll just take the Slimebind. Happy enough with that. Prying Eyes is just kind of an expensive card, so maybe the second one's better than the second Scrabbling Claws, but I have not usually found like drawing multiples of these is what I want to do. Ooh, another Slimebind over Quench. Okay. Now I feel like we've got kind of some of everything we're looking for, because this deck wants to balance Clear the Mind, Thought Collapse, removal, card draw. Wall doesn't really slot into any of those exactly. I kind of consider it a bit like removal in that they have to kind of get rid of it to attack on the ground, but we've got a lot of good ones here. All right, let's just take the Skitter's Eel. I mean, could use a little more card draw. I guess the second Prying Eyes could have been that, but Sphinx's Insight plus Prying Eyes plus the 2 Claws cycle. Oh, Shimmer also fine stuff. Sure, look, I'll take this blue-white card just because I don't want to pass late blue-white cards, but don't really care about it too much. Okay, going into pack 3, again, a second Clear the Mind's really nice because then you don't deck because you can just keep looping the 2 of them, assuming neither gets countered or exiled. But we'll see what we get. We get a first pick Azorius Guildgate, not great, but I still don't really want Quench, and the rest of these cards don't do anything. So yeah, let's just take Azorius Guildgate and Kaya's Wrath. I will be splashing black. This is like one of the only rares that I think is really worth it. I have double Orzhov Guildgate. On the other hand, I could just take a second Sphinx's Insight. Sphinx's Insight's really good. And I have some 2 Slimebinds, Summary Judgment. Now I kind of wish I'd taken that Prying Eyes because that would help with playing Kaya's Wrath. Actually, I bet Kaya's Wrath is kind of awesome. Let's just take that. Let's just see what we can do. I guess I'll keep taking Wall of Lost Thoughts. Orzhov Locket would also be of interest to me at some point here. Well, this is kind of a brick of a pack. There is Ill-Gotten Inheritance, does gain a life every turn. Well, let's put these Orzhov Guildgates in. I'm going to be playing those. I could take the Archway Angel. That one at least gains you some life. I don't care too much if they kill it. Okay. Second Clear the Mind. Perfect. Yeah, I'm still not sure about that Kaya's Wrath pick, but I'm kind of curious because Kaya's Wrath does seem like you just play a bunch of walls, then Wrath, and reshuffle the walls. That sounds pretty good. I also don't have tons of non-blue cards. I mean, Kaya's Wrath's double white, double black, but I think I should be okay. Like, I am hoping to pick up another Guildgate and maybe another Locket. Unfortunately, the only Locket I have is a Simic one. That doesn't help me too much. And then here, yeah, definitely Summary Judgment. Yeah, I'm not sure. The Kaya's Wrath versus Sphinx's pick was close. I'll take another Guildgate. Okay, well, there's actually a Sky Tether. I really like Sky Tether. 1 mana, gives a creature Defender. Loses flying. I did lose a match to High Alert. That's a card that your creatures deal damage equal to their toughness and can attack as if they didn't have Defender. And I had Sky Tether, one of their things. Did not work out well for me. Okay. I mean, this is a good example of the deck. Oh, third Clear the Mind. Yeah. Also another Prying Eyes, but I like having another Clear the Mind just because that makes it so much safer if one gets milled or, like, let's say you play one early and then the second one gets milled or countered, then the third Clear the Mind is really nice. Yeah, the Kaya's Wrath pick kind of didn't work out, but I also think it's going to be nuts in this deck, so it's kind of close. I mean, we'll see. I've got on the wheel here, and there is a possibility of picking up some more stuff. That's a Simic Locket. That's not the Locket I want. I guess I'll take Quench, though. I'm just not playing Quench. So currently this is 17 lands. I could cut a Claws. Yeah, the Claws over Prying Eyes. It was early in the draft, so I thought, and I already had an Insight and a Prying Eyes, so I thought the second Claws would be better, but I guess I think I'll just take the Claws out and play 18 lands here, play like 3 or 4 swamps, 3 or 4 plains, and the rest islands, something along those lines. Let's see, if I played 4 of each, I'd have 7 islands? No. So I probably want to play like 3 swamps, 4 plains, and then 7, 10, and 8 islands. Target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. That's pretty bad in my deck with a bunch of slime binds and whatnot. Simic Guildgates. The Simic Gates keep coming around. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. Let's see if this deck works out. Though I do regret the Sphinx's Insight pick now. I was hoping to get a little bit more fixing. All I got from there was like, did I get 1 Guildgate? Something like that. Archway Angel also not quite there. I don't think with 3 gates it really makes sense to play that card. And here, Dead Revels, sure. Dead Revels get back some walls. And I did lose once to Goblin Gathering too. Makes a 1/1 and then 2 1/1s and then 1 for each Goblin Gathering, and they had 7 Goblin Gatherings in their deck. Really funny. Okay, so going to deck building, it thinks I need 2 swamps. I want 3, 4, 8, something like that. This is 12, 15, 18 lands. Okay. And I'm going to cut, I have to cut 1 more card. Did I pick up the Homunculus? Okay. Let's get in there. Let's see how this one works. All right, battling Italian Aquaman. I've actually, that was the Goblin Gathering person, I think. I'm on the play. All right. Keep this hand. Turn to Wall of Lost Thoughts and to Clear the Mind here. Well, Footlight Fiend can get blocked by the wall, and there's a Thought Collapse. Nice. So the games with these decks can take a long time, so I am not going to promise that we're going to run all 7. I'm going to pass and leave up Thought Collapse. I'll cycle Clear the Mind soon enough. I'll probably counter almost any creature here. Oh yeah, definitely Cult Guildmage. That makes me discard. Oh, they're done. They're off it. Sometimes the games are pretty fast. They know what's up. See, I've gotten to more 48 Mythic by doing this. Honestly, that's all I've been playing is RNA draft on Arena when I'm not Cuban. Let's go. All right, time for round 2. I'm on the play. Okay, Kaya's Wrath looks pretty castable here, so that is nice. It's going to be a constant check. Ooh, the second Scrabbling Claws would have been good in the mirror, but not that we're necessarily playing the mirror. Yeah, if they have creatures, it's not the mirror. So that draws a card and discards a card or gains 2 life. I guess I'm just going to pass. I don't really want to Slime Bind it. I have summary judgments. I think I'd rather kill it with that. I probably want to cycle these Scrabbling Claws at some point here. But 2 mana 3/1. That I can Slime Bind. And now that they've played some dorky creatures, it doesn't look like the Clear the Mind Mirror, so I can be a little more judicious when it comes to Scrabbling Claws. I don't have to wait on them. I can just crack them to cycle here, which I probably will. Nice, 4 spells. We take those. Loot 'em ups. Okay. Exposed to daylight, huh? Looking for our lands here? Probably have a... Ooh, this is artifact, but I can't kill it with that. Is that another Seneca and then a pass the turn? All right. I guess I'll just force them to exile 1, and then I'll just target at exile 1. Because I would like to either draw a Summary Judgment or card draw. An island would be okay. Let's get the Sphinx, I think. Draw. I mean, most things are good. I mean, island's fine. Second island's now less good. Another Slime Bind. All right. I guess I'll let them loot. It's fine. If they're not doing anything, then I'm not that worried. A 1/2 flyer. That's fine. I could Slime Bind it, but I don't really want to use a Slime Bind on a 1/2. At some point I will want to remove it just because I have to kill everything eventually, but I feel like I can just chill here. My turn. All right. Sure, I'll play the Guild Gate. Pass the turn. They definitely could have counters in their deck. That one I am a little more worried about. I don't think they're playing a bunch of like Clear the Minds necessarily, but ooh, they chose not to keep Law Mage's Binding to put it on the wall. Okay. You know, if I Essence Capture the wall, we'll get a +1/+1 counter too. Incredible. Chillbringer. I guess that I will counter. Post-combat when you have your Senate Guildmage? Ooh. I don't care about the counter on the wall. Let's just bounce it, draw a card, land, play another wall. The same one. This time build a bunch of lands. Pass the turn. I mean, they're already at 15 cards. I have 2 more walls in my deck. Lumbering Battlefront. I see. Okay. So I'm going to exile the Caracol. And now it's a 6/7. All right. Well, let's just draw for the turn. Another land. Not great. I need to draw those Prying Eyes. Feeling not taking that second one now. If I draw that, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Block here. Slime Bind the Battlement, so it at least deals a little bit less damage. All right, I take 2, plus the Fairy Duelist. Okay, any Kaya's Wraths? All right. I mean, 4, 8, 9. You'll 10 land here. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of land. Law Mage's Binding. Whoa, I get to scry, so that's nice. Blow up the binding. Any Kaya's Wraths. Shimmer. All right, I'll keep Shimmer on top. Block. I take 5, so I'm not even dead next turn, though obviously I'm not in fantastic shape. Oh, okay. Let's Shimmer into Insight, and let's tap this. This way I can still cast Kaya's Wrath if I draw it. I did not, but I drew some action. Could Summary Judgment kill the Skyguard? I think that's probably good. And then I have Depose deploy to tap something down. And draw a card, which is nice. Oh, other creatures you control flying. All right, well, I guess that makes it easy to tap down this one. Unfortunately, Kaya's Wrath. Oh, Island, come on. will leave behind some creatures here, so I need to find maybe a Prying Eyes would be ideal. All right, well, I mean, could be worse. They're going to have a 4 power on the board. I'll keep this in hand in case I draw Prying Eyes. Now I'm going to go to 3. So I need to top deck something else. Orzhov Guildgate. Well, that was unfortunate. Let's get to the next. Flooded up really bad there. That does happen. The biggest decision point I had there is I could have countered instead of countering Chillbringer, I just let that resolve and slime bind it, and then I could have countered the Lumbering Battlements. This looks great. I don't have blue, but I can cast Depose Deploy. I mean, Kaya's Wrath, despite the fact that I still lost that game, Kaya's Wrath looked pretty awesome there. That was one of the few cards that could actually get me out of there. All right. Actually, the problem with slime binding this is it eventually becomes bigger. So let's just chill. Oh, yeah, let's play the wall. Mill them. Oh, it looks like we're playing against gates, I would say. I milled for 4 and got all 5 colors of cards. And next turn, I'm just going to Sphinxes, gain 2. 3/3 can't be blocked by creature tokens. Okay, yeah. Let's just draw 2, gain 2. I'm going to take 2 next turn. Oh, yeah, this hand's juicy. But I get to then go like Slime Bind into some other stuff. Though I guess I do need to find blue mana here. Steeple Creeper. Okay. Let's go with Code or Admonition. I guess let's just Admonition, bounce that, draw. Summary Judgment. The hybrid? Sure. Just because eventually that becomes more of a problem. Happy to block the Rubble Belt Runner here. They can replay their thing. I mean, this is kind of how you want this deck to work. Last game, I didn't really display the kind of how it can play out. This game, the reason what I say that is I'm going to be able to cast a couple more good action spells and then cast a Clear the Mind here. So let's go Code of Constraint on that. Play Guildgate. Pass the turn. So do I want to Depose Deploy is kind of the question. It's mostly just to spend my mana, but I guess they're going to kill my wall here, it looks like. So, yeah, I'll just cast it this turn. All right. Sadly, I'm not killing it to save my wall. Okay. And hopefully they don't have too much else. So let's go. Oh. Let's just Kaya's Wrath here. That sounds great. And then I can keep my Slime Bind. And then I can cast, actually, before I cast Shimmer, I'm going to cast Clear to Mind. Now my deck is full of gas. That might have been the one I reshuffled. You never know. Okay. Let's Shimmer first here. Do I want to pick up Scrabbling Claws or Summary Judgment? Probably Scrabbling Claws. Just make them choose and mill. Wow, they can't even crack their locket to draw cards. That's really funny. Choose and exile, I guess, not choose and mill. Okay, wall. And wall. Sometimes against these decks, you do mill a Colossus. Oh, is that a Dragonlord Atarka? Oh, Ravager Worm. Huh, fair enough. It's funny when you mill Colossus, they can put it back, but that's not really going to come up here. All right, I'll bounce a wall. If they have a removal spell, then I guess I get 2 for 1. They have 13 cards left. They don't have a lot of cards left. Wall. And I guess I'll Clear the Mind. Why not? Shuffle back in Admonition. Oh, there's that Kaya's Wrath. Yeah, I mean, so far Kaya's Wrath's been pretty good. But obviously the mana is an issue there. Oh, the Juggler. You're just doing my job for me. They have 8 cards in deck. I mean, they can just exile a land. So they're like gates with not a lot of blue is what it looks like. Now they're going to make a 4/4. And it gets +3/+. So there's a Clear the Mind. All right, let's go. See, look at this. Kaya's Wrath. I gain 2. Now I'm going to Clear the Mind, shuffle back in the Wrath and the walls. Oh, there's a wall. Now I'll pass with Scrabbling Claws up in case they try to do something. At some point I can crack the claws to draw a card. I don't really need to do that here, though. Nice. I mean, 3 walls is not how this deck typically runs, but yeah, that works for me. All right, 2-1, 2-1. All right. Got up to Mythic 59 off that win. Let's see what we got here. Opponent goes first. Okay. I'm not quite to Kaya's Wrath here, but halfway there. And I've got 2 removal spells. All right, more than halfway there now. To kind of stem the gap till then. The Oligarch, oh, there we go. That's Kaya's Wrath already. The Oligarch is very good against Summary Judgment, but that's okay. Syndicate Guildmage. Let's go land. Let's Code of Constraint the Oligarch. They're going to hit me, and then I'm going to go Summary Judgment plus Wall here. It's going to be my plan, so let's go Summary Judgment on the Syndicate Guildmage. Nugget for 5. Land. Wall. Get you for 4. Okay. And now the wall, yeah, they're going to kill it. Mortify is very good against me. At some point it gets me no matter what. I don't really want a Wrath here. I think I'll just cycle Clear the Mind, even though sometimes it's nice to do it at post-Wrath, but here I just want to make sure I am using my mana, seeing cards. I could tap it. Yeah, that seems fine. Just want to find my Prying Eyes. All right, now I'll probably Wrath. All right. Oh, I played the wrong land. I'm an idiot. All right. Well, don't hold that against me. I go to 7 here. Hopefully I get one more creature. You got another creature you can play. No? All right. Land. Wrath. They get a 1/1 flyer. Wall. And mill them, but I'm still... Okay, I hit a bunch of flyers there. All right, I need to draw a little action here. I mean, they're not doing anything at the moment. Do they have a double Raise Dead? Pretty annoying if so. Because then I could use Clear the Mind to get back to Kaya's Wrath at some point. Yeah, they do have double Raise Dead. Okay. Oh yeah, all right. Well, Skytether the Grasping Thrall. I think even if I didn't take an extra 5, this game would be harder. But I kind of think I need to cut a land. I feel like 2 games so far I've just gotten flooded out completely. And even though I do have a decent amount of card draw, sometimes it ends up not working out. All right, well, that a turn earlier we'd have, like, that would have been a real game because then I can counter the Debtor's Transport. Now, I mean, I guess if they don't kill my wall here, I chump, go to 2, they don't play anything else, and then I top deck like a Sky Tether or something. All right. 2 and 2. Let's modify the build though. Okay. I mean, I can just put in a clause as a cycler. That sounds fine to me. Take out a plains and let's see if this works out. All right, let's battle. Let's see if we can earn a little redemption here. Opponent goes first. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Blue or white mana both work. And I do have some cyclers. I can cycle Clear the Mind on 3. Obviously, that's not the ideal scenario. Cynic Courier is kind of like the ideal attacker, though. Is this the... I'm going to cycle with Clear the Mind, I think, but... Scrabbling Claws? Is that the Scrabbling Claws I took a planes out for? It's funny because we have 2 claws, so we don't actually know. Terramander... Vigilance attack for 1. All right. I mean, as long as I draw some lands here, I should be fine. Let's go. Code of Constraint. Okay. I've got enough cyclers. I'll just discard the stupid Scrabbling Claws. Okay. What do they got? Nothing. Oh, they drew an island. Okay. They can't buff the Terramander yet. They're pretty far away from it, actually. So I'll take my 2, and I'll Thought Collapse or Essence Capture this turn. And the next turn, I'll be able to play multiple things, hopefully. I think Essence Capture is fine. Oh, nice. Orzhov Guildgate. Let's go. Now we're on Gruul Locket. I mean, I think I should use my mana to counter this. Also, it adds 2 colors, or I guess the 5th color they have and another green. Seems fine. Though I guess it could have milled stuff for Terramander. Does not look like a very good Terramander deck, to be honest. Let's see. What am I casting this turn? Am I casting Depose Deploy? I think so. Because I think making 2 flyers to block that seems pretty good. Let's just cast this first. Oh, there's Prying Eyes. All right. Because they attack with Terramander and Cynic Courier. They play something else first. I have something, and I'll just double block. So if they have a removal spell, I still kill Terramander. They have a pump spell, I guess they get me, but this does not look like a pump spell deck. Okay, and Cynic Courier hit me for 1. And Simic Ascendancy. Put a +1 counter on target you control. Growth counters. If there's 20 more growth. Oh, wow. All right. Let's cast some Prying Eyes here. There we go. Exposed to Daily. That's the card I was looking for. Discard an island. And I guess a Summary Judgment. Island and Sky Tether that. I think I'll keep the wall. Feels like getting started is good. I don't really think attacking does much. Did they? Oh, they didn't have the mana to put a counter on that. Guess I don't really need to worry about this too much soon. Though eventually it's going to be an issue. All right. I mean, now that we're cruising, I think we're fine. I mean, that's what. Once this deck gets going like this, it's pretty hard for it to lose. Obviously, it can, but you can tend to answer most of their stuff. Also, the Gates deck specifically is a very good matchup, which is nice because a lot of people like drafting it. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm going to want to do this regardless, so let's just do this now. Wall of Lost Thoughts. Oh, I guess the reason not to is that, all right, well, because I'm still going to clear the mind here. Hold on. I don't need to wait a turn to draw a wall. That's fine. Look, it's like drawing a wall anyway. And Milieu. Oh, there's that Colossus. That's funny. See if they have a gate to resummon it. The funny thing is if they do, I'll just bounce my wall and mill them again. But we'll see. Growth Spiral. Oh, they do have a land. Oh, the funny thing about that is they could have done it instant speed with an end of turn Growth Spiral, but they did not. All right, bounce my wall. Draw. I could Sphinxes, but I really want to mill their Colossus here, so. And hit a bunch of gates. Look at that. And I've cleared the mind already, so basically you end up, once you get all these lands into play, every time you clear the mind, you're just shuffling spells in, so your deck gets gassier and gassier. It's pretty nice. Maybe they'll kill the wall now. because they've seen me Arrestor's Admonition and they're worried about me running it back. How many gates have we gone through now? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They might not have tons of gates left here is my guess. All right, and here, Dead Revels. Okay. They get to get some action back. Terramander is large. That's funny. Let's just take my turn. I would have drawn the land too. Sphinx's Insight. Can I get a Kaya's Wrath? No, but that's pretty nice. Land. All. Milieu for 4. And just pass the turn. They have 7 cards left. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat me through even what I have in hand right now. Because I think I just slime bind the Terramander here. Oh, they do get to put their gate on top. And I milled no more gates, but they had 1 more. All right. If I slime bind this, I take 1. Seems pretty good. I mean, getting the Colossus back is strong because, oh, what is this? Oh, so they have trample too? Okay, they're doing some things. I guess I will need to draw something else here. I won't be able to win just with that. Now they can persist. That's pretty nice. All right, well, let's tap this down for a turn and draw a card. And play a land. And I guess pass the turn. So now I was going to depose deploy to make things and gain life, but I think I'm going to use it to tap down the Colossus here in just a second. I mean, they could attack with their Terramander still. They get to deal 1. Okay. Draw for turn. Oh, baby. Okay, so let's go 4. And I can still depose deploy. Let's Prying Eyes. I mean, if I get the Wrath here, it's just going to be over. Did not, but I got some good stuff. So do I care about Scrabbling Claws? No. Thought Collapse seems like it's pretty good. Or there's 6 cards. I think I just discard Summary Judgment. And I think I go Exposed to Daylight on that. I get to scry 1. Nice. Pass the turn. Oh wait, this thing gets Trample. Okay, I'm gonna take a lot of damage. I didn't clock that was getting flying, rather, not trample. Okay, well, this doesn't have trample, right? All right, I go to 3 here. That's not a lot of lives. I guess I would have taken some damage either way because I can depose deploy. Oh, then I die. Oh, this is painful. They also had not a good Gates deck, but you know, I played that bad. I guess I would have taken 8 because I would have been able to tap that and then Summary Judgment the other thing. No, I had a better plan initially. 2 and 3, this deck was good. I messed up really bad that game and I got flooded out 2 games, which is a risk with the deck. That can happen. I had Prying Eyes, Triple Clear the Mind. I mean, it was a little light on card draw. Not taking the second Prying Eyes or Scrabbling Claws cost me, though I actually ended up being kind of happy with the Kaya's Wrath pick. It was really good in this deck. So that's what this deck looks like. If you play it a little better than I did, you might get some more dubs, but it has been kind of killing it for me. That's why I'm high mythic. I haven't been drafting anything else. Just been forcing this, basically. If you see me in the RNA draft queues, I'm forcing this. So this is good times, and I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry I fumbled a little bit at the end, but it's cool when you can draft something very different. I mean, I guess this deck technically had 3 creatures, but just a bunch of non-creature decks. Let me show you some other versions I had. Here, this was a 7 wins version that had 4 insights, 3 clear the minds, 3 thought. I mean, this one is the best version I've had so far. 2 bindings. It did have the 1 law, wall of lost thoughts, 4 slime binds. So it's just like all removal. The quench was bad, but I just needed another card. 3 counters, 3 clear the mines, 5 card draw spells. I mean, this is basically what this deck's looking to be like. And, well, the pressure of the bright lights got to me. But I hope you enjoyed this little RNA throwback. Every now and then I'll do throwbacks when there's cool flashback drafts. And this strategy was really fun. So, well, thanks for hanging out with me as I played no creatures. Could have done a little bit better, but I think you got the idea. So that'll do it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. Probably more creatures in it too. I'll see you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel and you won't miss a single draft.